Good morning. I have decided I just wanted to jump in today and share the top uses for the top 10 essential oils. So I have written myself some notes because sometimes I can go off on a bit of a tangent, but I know that there's some people out there who have desperately wanted to get along to a class and they haven't been able to because of their other commitments. So I thought I'm going to do a micro class. Obviously this is not going to cover everything, but I'm going to go over probably the 10 most used oils and 10 that I recommend that people sort of start their collection with if they're just starting to get to know essential oils and how to use them. So I'm going to jump right in. So to start with, just excuse me, when I look at my notes, I really need them to be able to keep me on track. So lavender, we're going with the lavender first. So when I first thought of lavender, I kind of associated it with those, cheap lavender gift packs. But I can tell you this smells nothing like it. This doTERRA lavender is 100% pure. It is really beautiful. It's really light and delicate. This one is really great for babies and young children and also for the big children and the grown-ups. So there's so many different recipes you can use this one for. We use it in, some of you probably already know, I like to make a lot of my own products. I mean, this is why I got started using essential oils in the first place. I've really had some quite serious skin issues and I really needed to detox my body and my home. So I was already making a lot of my own products, but adding the essential oils in really souped up those DIY recipes and cleaning things that I was already using in my home. So we make our own wipes, so baby wipes, or you can make other, face wipes or cleaning wipes if you want, but we put lavender in our baby wipes. It's really gentle on the skin and it's really soothing. We actually use it quite a bit for bites, so any sort of irritations on the skin, it's really good. So you can just dilute it and apply it to the skin, so applying it topically. Hey Amy. So the other things we use it for is it's really soothing and calming. So it's a great one to pop in your diffuser. So you can pop it in the diffuser on its own and it's really good for promoting a restful night's sleep. You can also pop it in a little spray bottle so you can make up like a little room mist. So just some cooled boiled water. You could add a little bit of witch hazel, but you don't really need to. And then maybe 5 drops of lavender if it's a 30 to 50 ml bottle. And you can just mist it around the room and it will, and on the bedding. And it'll just help support that sleep and that, that evening routine. So let me see, what else have I got for lavender? So lavender is really beautiful with frankincense. So adding lavender and frankincense together in the diffuser is lovely, or you can actually make up your own roller blends. So you can use your 10 ml roller bottles and make up your own blend that can be applied to the soles of the feet and to the spine before bedtime. So that one's really versatile. You can also add it to your bath. So grab yourself a cup of Epsom salts, put in a few drops of lavender and sprinkle that through your bath, and that's going to be a really calming way to, just bring yourself down a bit. What are we on to next? So lemon's one of the citrus oils. So I find all of the citrus oils really uplifting and invigorating. So the lemon is a really fresh smell. It's great for adding into the diffuser. I like to put this one on particularly when I'm working at the computer or I just really need to get something done. So I'll pop in lemon, and I like to add things like rosemary or peppermint. So they're great additions as well. It's really great for cutting through grease and grime. So I use this one on the oven. So, you know, when the oven glass gets really caked up, I'll just open the oven door, sprinkle a bit of bicarb on and a couple of drops of lemon. And then I'll just use one of my Norwex cloths, or you could use, you know, like a bit of a scour or something, and I just wipe it over and it cuts right through it. Anything else, so if you've got yeah, just anything sticky that you might have on, you know, like jars, if you want to, I recycle a lot of jars. So, you know, I'll soak them for a bit and get the label off, and then I'll use a couple of drops of lemon oil, and it gets all the stickiness off there. If your kids like to stick stickers all over the place, so it's really good for that. Let's see, lemon is great to add into your sprays. So if you're making your own cleaning sprays, which is super, super simple, you can just use vinegar and water and some essential oils. So as I'm going through this, I'll mention a few different oils that are great for adding to your cleaning sprays. So lemon is one of them. You could just use water and essential oils, but I like the addition of either vinegar or some sort of cleaning concentrate. So I have the On Guard cleaning concentrate that sometimes I add. You can add lemon to your water, so always make sure if you're adding something like a lemon, or I also like to use spearmint, to your water for a flavour boost, you always put it in glass or stainless steel. That's really important, otherwise you're going to potentially leach the chemicals from plastic into the water, and we don't want that. Anything sticky, we've already been through that. So yeah, cleaning down your bench tops. Yeah, so I think we covered pretty much lemon. Peppermint is the next one. So peppermint is super, super invigorating. It's one that I really like to start my day with. So often I will just pop a drop into the base of my hand here, and I'll just give it a quick rub. Don't put it over your eyes because it might sting, but just cup it over your mouth and your nose and just take those deep breaths in. I just find that that really, you know, gives me a boost in the morning and gets me going. It's really, really strong. It packs a punch. So one drop of this beautiful peppermint oil, you can't see the label, is equal to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that gives you a little bit of an indication of how strong it is. We also add the peppermint to our smoothies. I add it to my chocolate bliss balls. It's also really great added to things like raw slices. So yeah, another really versatile one. It's a great one too. I find adding this one with wild orange and peppermint. So you could pop it in your diffuser. You could do an inhalation as well. So just drop, you know, one drop of each on the palm of the hand, maybe a little bit of coconut oil, and then breathe it in. But you could also pop it in your diffuser. So it's a really nice midday pick-me-up, or afternoon, you know, pop it on before the kids get home, before you go get the kids from school, or when you get home from doing the afternoon pickup, pop it in your diffuser, and it's just a really nice, happy pick-me-up. So yeah, that's peppermint, or at least some of the uses of peppermint. It is very cooling as well. So sometimes we will roll this on the soles of our feet if we're feeling, you know, just a little bit hot and bothered. So it's really good for cooling. Next is tea tree. Sorry, got the wrong one. So tea tree is sourced from Australia. It's a really cleansing essential oil. So many people that don't use essential oils yet, most people know things like tea tree and lavender. So tea tree is really, really cleansing, great for the skin. So anything like itches, scratches, rashes, that sort of stuff, it's very, very soothing. So you can also combine tea tree with lavender. They make a really great combo. We will often use those two combined on the skin. So always when you're putting essential oils on the skin, always make sure you dilute them. So we generally use the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. Sometimes if I'm making up my own face serums, so like this one here, I will use a jojoba oil as a carrier oil on my face. Hey, Cal. But generally with everything else, I use a fractionated coconut oil. It's really light and absorbs quite well. It has no smell, always stays a liquid. So yeah, it's a great one, but you always need to dilute your essential oils when you're putting them on topically. Not only is that important because it dilutes the oils and they're pure oils, so it prevents any potential irritations, but it actually helps them absorb into your skin and into your system more effectively. So being that essential oils are an aromatic compound, they do flash off. So yeah, just always add them to a carrier oil. I'm sorry this is going to go longer than the 10 minutes that I had hoped because I'm always getting a little bit off track, even with my notes. So what else for tea tree? So it's really great to apply to your fingernails and toenails to keep them clean and healthy. You can add it to your facial cleanser, so particularly for teens that may need a little bit of an extra support in their facial products. So you can just add a couple of drops of tea tree to your cleanser. So we make our own. It's pretty simple. You can also add that one to your cleaning sprays as well. So tea tree is another great one for that. What else have I got? That's pretty much it. For tea tree, I think. Oh, the other thing I like to use tea tree for is adding it to I make up a little spray for my children's hair, and that's tea tree, lavender, geranium, and rosemary. You could just use tea tree and lavender. I like to add the other oils because they're really supportive for our hair health, and they also balance out the smell a little bit. So I like to spray that in the kids' hair and also onto their hats so that they don't come home with anything from school or from kindy. Okay, so the next one is oregano or oregano. So this is a hot oil, so you need to be very careful using this one topically. I would only really ever put this on the soles of my feet, highly diluted. You can also use it for any little skin things that you want to get rid of, so things like warts, but again I would dilute it. The other things for oregano, so you can actually, this is actually a food grade oil, so you can use this one for flavoring use, so you can pop it into things like your spaghetti bolognese. 1 drop at max, like 1 drop in a kilo batch of bolognese sauce would be ample. But really, I just, obviously I have to stay compliant when I'm sharing these oils online. So sometimes I have to, I have to use compliant language, but sometimes you can read between the lines. So oregano is just one that I really like to have when we are not feeling at our best. So if something crops up for us, we will use this. It's not one that you would use all the time, but it's one that we pull out if we just need that little boost to get us back to, overall health. So yeah, that's a really handy one to have. Frankincense. So frankincense is known as the king of oils. So it's really great just to have on hand for our overall health and wellness. I always tell people just do your own research when it comes to frankincense. There's a website called pubmed.com. There's plenty of research on there around frankincense. So yeah, just jump on there and have a look if you're interested. It's great to diffuse with lavender. So frankincense and lavender in the diffuser of a nighttime, or as I said before, in a little roller bottle is perfect. Roll it on your feet, on the back of on your spine. It's also really great for balancing out moods. Kelly, I can't believe you haven't used your frankincense yet. You should just go and get it now. Take the lid off and just breathe it in. It is so beautiful. It's so calming. Really, really great for calming emotions. So, super, super valuable, that one. If you're feeling just a little bit overwhelmed, it's nice, yeah, like I said, just crack the bottle off, just sit there and take some inhalations. You could put it on the palm of your hand as well and just breathe it in. I also like to add frankincense to my face serum, so it's really great for skin. So any sort of blemishes, and it just improves your overall skin appearance, so really, really good for that. You can, I tend to, if I've got a bit of head tightness or tension, then I will sometimes drop a drop of frankincense on my thumb and pop it in the roof of my mouth, or just diluted sort of around this area, and the back of your neck is a really great spot for that. So yeah, again, do your own research on frankincense, but it's a really good one to have. Digestion, oh hang on, no, ice blue. I'm on to ice blue next. So ice blue comes in this little 5 ml. So it smells very similar to some of the other, it's the athletic blend. So it smells very similar to some of the other athletic sort of rubs and balms that you may have used, but this is a totally natural option. So it's really great for a cooling and comforting massage. So you can use it before exercise or after, or if you've just got a little bit of discomfort going on and you want to have a bit of a massage, that's a great one to add. So you would just obviously put some carrier oil on and 1 or 2 drops of the ice blue and just massage that in. I like to use this one for my kids. They're very sporty, and they're both, hey Sam, they're both quite sporty, and they're very, very tall. So they have had some difficulties sleeping as they grow. So this one's great to rub on their legs and massage into their calves, and that really supports them in that way. So I think I've covered everything on the ice blue. Digestin. This is a very well used blend. So this is an essential oil blend. So this is the digestive blend. This one gets a workout in our house. So we have some food intolerances in our house, and you know, as you can probably imagine, it can be really tricky when you lead a pretty busy life to stay 100% clean in your eating. So whether it be something that you know, my kids have eaten that they know probably doesn't agree with them, or whether, you know, you've just overindulged, then we like to massage the digestin over the belly. So in a clockwise direction, just dilute it in some coconut oil. I actually always have a bottle lying around. So we have little bottles about this size, or maybe 30 ml, and they have a little dropper on them. You could also make up your own roller bottle of it as well, but we like to use the dropper for the digestin and just squeeze a little bit on the belly and then massage it around on the belly, and it's really soothing. So the other great use for this one is when we go for a drive on windy roads. If we know we're going for a long drive, then we take this for my eldest, because he gets a little bit, you know, uneasy in the car if we're going on a windy road. So we take this one. We have a diffuser in the car, but you can just chuck it on a tissue, grab a tissue and put a drop or 2 on the tissue and stick it in the air conditioning vent of your car. That's just a really simple way to use it. Or just have them hold the bottle and just breathe it in. He finds that so calming for him in that situation. So yeah, it's a really, really handy one to have, and we could not be without that one. Easy Air is another really well used one. So the Easy Air is a blend as well. So this is the clear blend or respiratory blend. So it's a really popular one for nighttime. So a lot of people will use this one. Good job, Cal. Good to hear. So the Easy Air is really great to use at night time. So you can just diffuse Easy Air on its own, and just promotes clear and calm breathing of a nighttime. You can pop lavender with easy air. That's a really nice combo. The other thing you can do is just that simple inhalation. So, you know, a little bit of coconut oil, put a drop on your hand and just breathe it in. Like, make sure you're taking nice deep breaths in. That's a great way to use that one. I think I've covered all of that. Yeah, you can actually make up your own chest rub with this one. So I have a recipe, it has beeswax and shea butter and a few things, but honestly, if you have coconut oil in the house, you can just use normal coconut oil and some easy air. There's plenty of recipes for that online, and make your own really simple chest rub. Or pop a tiny bit of fractionated coconut oil, a drop of easy air, and just pop it on the chest. And I like to put it on the kids' backs as well, and also on the soles of the feet. We just find that really helpful. So particularly at this time of year, this was actually one of the most used oils for me in the first few years of me using essential oils. This one and the next one I'm about to share. So they were the ones that I ran out of first because, yeah, they were just so helpful. So the last one is the On Guard. So the On Guard is the protective blend. If you have any children at school or in daycare, or you work in either of those yourself, then I recommend that you have the On Guard. So this is something that we like to use on a daily basis. So you can make up your own roller blends and apply it to the soles of their feet. You can also pop it, you know, popping it in the diffuser of an afternoon. So you might want to add On Guard and then put something in that's a little bit uplifting. So you might want to add some lemon or peppermint, whatever you want really. But having that one on of an afternoon is just going to support them, you know, when they come home. And yeah, it's super. So I think you can kind of read between the lines there. So yeah, when I started, as I said, this was one of the biggest used oils. When I started, I was making a lot of my own DIY cleaning products. I had, you know, really big issues with my skin, needed to clean it up. So I would add the On Guard to my cleaning spray. I'd add it to, and still do, add it to my hand soap. So we've got an On Guard hand soap that we make up in every single bathroom. I have my own hand sanitizer that I take everywhere with me, particularly in the nappy bag when I'm going out for work. Often when you go to public toilets, they don't have any soap. So I just make up my own hand sanitizer with a little bit of witch hazel, some cool boiled water, and a few drops of On Guard. Spray it on your hands and rub them together. So I find that really helpful. There is a whole range of the On Guard. I mean, I started with the oil, and you can just use the oil on it's upside down. But there is a cleaning concentrate that I use now. You know, there's toothpaste, there's throat drops. It's just a really good all-round blend. So anyway, I hope I have, I've gone way over time. That was supposed to be 10 minutes and it's way over that. But I hope that that was of benefit to some of you. If you have any questions around it, please get in contact with me. If you need to know a little bit more, yeah, I'm more than happy to help you with that. If you haven't got your essential oils and you want to try a few things, or you just want to get started and place an order, just get in contact with me. Be more than happy to help you with that. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and yeah, see you later.